Gentlemen, first, thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Congratulations on having this great film at the Toronto International Film Festival for 46th annual. How does it feel? And either one of you could start first. How does it feel having this film at the film festival, knowing what we've been through in this last year and a half? And I know it has been tough on everybody, but when it comes to filmmaking, even tougher locations, being able to do things when you're not sure if you can because one moment you can, one moment you can't, but somehow you put together a great movie and it ended up being at one of the biggest film festivals of the year. How does it feel having this accomplishment?
It's fantastic to finally release it. We have been waiting for 1 year, and of course we shot most of the film in Canada, in Ontario. So it was a very special place. But I must also say I'm still in Norway. I couldn't get into Canada because of the vaccine rules. I was not what to say eligible. So, but Paul Sverre was there as the main character, which is fantastic. So I wish I was there together with the cast and crew. But it's very nice to screen the film there, even if I'm quite far away. What do you say, Paul?
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more. And just to be in the room with our audience is there is some magic there that you maybe we take for granted, of course, when everything is normal. But to come together here now in Toronto and actually meet people and talk about the film and see that it's eventually we will get back to some kind of normal and we can meet again.
Well, you know what? You used the word normal. That is something that you cannot say about this film because from beginning to end, it is quirky, it is odd, it is a mystery, it is so many different things, so many different fabrics. It's one of the biggest reasons why I enjoyed this. Who wants to talk about what this film is? First, what the film is called and what it's about, please.
What is it about? Paul, you want to try?
No,
I
no,
love the
you
word
started
try,
this.
exactly.
We don't know.
No, it was very interesting talking to the audience here at the festival for the Q&A and some of the issues they brought up, some of the questions they had, we would just try to think about and find the answers together. I would say, okay, what do you think? And this is what I think. And it's a lovely thing when that happens, when you start thinking on your own, what is it to you?
But let's give the premises of what the film again is called and what it is about, because the title itself, not too many people would even know what exactly that is. I didn't know until I watched the film.
It's the middleman. I mean, a middleman can probably be used in many different ways. It's a messenger, or how we want to explain it. I never had heard about it. I heard about middleman. We have the same in Norwegian, mellomman it's called. But what a middleman exactly was doing, I think, tried to remember a little bit more. It's more into maybe some drug dealing or like that you have a middleman. I really didn't know either, but it's at least someone who's bringing messages to other people. Yeah, that was my kind of experience with the middleman, with the name.
But this is a little different though, because the middleman, of course, here is basically the dude with the bad news on what happens to folks in this town. What I enjoyed about this though too was the psychological aspect, well, of your character, because in the beginning we see him a certain way. In the middle of this film, we see him a different way. Towards the end, we definitely see a different aspect of him. And then at the end, again, without giving too much away, we did see another phase on who this person is. In this hour and a half to 2 hours, we get to see so many different aspects of one character because of a job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Go ahead, Bent.
it was, I think we also very often and very understandable for an actor to try to figure out a background of the person he want to play. And we talk a lot about it. And what can I say? What we could always lean on was the book, which I adapted the screenplay from. But it doesn't say anything about more than we actually show in the film. And it's a challenge, especially for Paul, to not to know too much. I mean, it's really a challenge to play a character which we don't really know. In a little, in the same as you saying, we were also very curious about who is this guy. So. But we tried to not to, of course, you can also create background stories and agree on that. But we found it very interesting also to develop it, who he was during the story, during the shooting, even if we didn't shoot it chronologically. We just tried to keep to that kind of, what to say, secret. And as Paul Sverre said, there are so many interesting interpretations. I had an interview here in Sandefjord in Norway with one, and he couldn't help. He into the film, I don't know how far, but a little bit into the film, he started thinking about Frank Farrelly, the character of Paul, that he was he had something to do with all the accidents. So what he was trying to find out was, could he have done it? I don't know where he is now. Now he could at least have done it. But that's my answer. I don't know where he is either when he's not at the screen. I don't know where
that's what I mean by that's the great part about it, because you just don't know it. And if you blink twice, you're going to miss something really good that connects everything together. I got to ask, though, about your character, because how did you want, when you were learning about this character, going through the lines and learning about the story, how did you want to play this character, and did your height make a difference on this? Because you look so tall in it, and it's like usually when you have somebody who's tall, they're menacing, but you and your character, it's different. It's not so menacing, but the height gives more of the mystery to the character.
That's interesting that you say that, because of course for me, being a very tall actor, the height is always an aspect that I could use or try to hide, or the movie will hide it. But here I think we took advantage of it, because it's there's also something about being sort of elevated physically above the people around you that also makes you a little bit lonely up there somehow. And there's but there's also maybe like a slight disconnect, so there's I think that also how Bent and Jon Christian, our photographer, shot this, with these so you get the sense, and you can actually sort of compose these frames with the bodies and tell the story with us just standing in a room, which is in itself interesting. And it will be up to you. Yeah.
I was going to say, and the other thing I want to add to it too, I found that, again, I'm not giving too much away, when the character was sitting down, I found the other characters tried to take advantage. But when he was standing up, he was in command in some way, again, without being menacing.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's a fascinating observation. Thank you.
Oh no, man, you did a great job with that. Paul Gross, one of my favorite actors. I mean, usually we see him as the nice guy. This time, gritty and hard. Why was he? I mean, he was perfect for the part, but how did you know beforehand that he would be right for this part?
Well, he had only one question, and he had watched my other films, and he said that, Bent, I like your films, and it's a lot of humor in them. But when we shoot this film, we shouldn't try to be funny. No, we should not. We should do it deadpan serious, I told him. That was my only question. Then I want to do it. I love the script, he said. So
Well,
he went all in to be a serious sheriff, and which was also very good for Paul Sverre to, what to say, play against, in a way that it was, I mean, you have no, he's so, what to say, to the point. I love his way of just pulling off the sheriff that way. I think we needed that. Yeah, there are no, you just have to, no matter how tall you are, you just have to yeah, to, what do you say, find your place.
Yeah, you will respect that man
Yeah.
anytime. Yeah, he is so great. It was so wonderful to work with him. I'm such an amazing artist.
and it was amazing to watch. Congratulations to both of you on this fantastic film. Thank you so much for having this interview with me. Enjoy talking to both of you and hoping to talk to both of you in the future too. Enjoy the film festival. Have a great time. And like I said, great film. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.